Hello, and thank you for watching this video. All right, so we're looking at GBPJPY on the monthly time frame. So in the last video, if you caught the last video in the series, we were looking at it on a 3 monthly time frame, as I kind of have depicted here. And I thought it was interesting. It was my first time really looking at it on a 3 month time frame. I just woke up today and was like, oh, I want to look at GJ on a longer time frame from a longer spectrum. And so now we're looking at GJ on the monthly time frame, okay? So most immediately, like I know how my trading strategy goes. If you know how my trading strategy goes, which you probably don't, I want to see price come up here to 182.038. Okay. This is just what I'm looking at for GJ. Most immediately on the monthly time frame, we've got a high of 182.122. Price is at 187.22. So again, I want to see price come to 182.038 and kind of turn around, which I think that it was kind of doing. Um, all right, so I wanted to kind of clear off this page and kind of take a better look at how GJ is actually moving. So again, I had the price at 182.122 and I wanted to see it at 122.038. Now, I really wanted to see it kind of come back into this range here, coming back to between the 786 and the 7100, 71.0, kind of like guideline or predicament, which is kind of already doing. So right now I want to see, I mean, we could see price even rise up to the 886, which isn't something I'm necessarily looking for. um Let me just see something here. Okay, so price is kind of fulfilling in this area here. Um, I want to see price continue to rise up, but I'd also like to see some kind of correction in this zone. So basically, we're looking at the monthly, and as I mentioned before in the last video, we were on a downtrend since the early, like 20, like what is this? 2007, so the early 2000s. I wanted to see that we were in a downtrend and that ultimately we're moving up, or this larger double bottom kind of spectrum. Now in the last video we were talking about how we could see price moving in a smaller time frame, or like it's still a large ass time frame, but it's still a larger time frame, of a double bottom, and it's moving up. So I wanted to see like a buying kind of climax, somewhere here in this zone. But potentially we could see it here moving up into like the 203 117 cents, or yeah, yeah, 117 cents zone. But most immediately I like to see it like kind of come here, kind of respecting this major reversal area, like in this space. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to draw a line just to keep a reminder for myself. I'm going to just do a horizontal line and I'm going to make it yellow, just so I can remind myself, hey, caution at this area. When price starts to come up here to 197.509, maybe we want to pause and take a step back and reassess and see what is price really doing here at this point. I do see a larger gap overall in this area, and I like kind of how it's playing out in this zone. You see how I drew my box and it was just like here in this zone. So I kind of like that. I'm going to lock all these boxes because if you know me, I don't erase anything from my charts, hardly, seldom, ever. I like to keep the same perspective because if you keep changing your mind about the market, you're going to change your mind about everything, and everything looks different on a different day. I just like to keep it kind of steady and consistent. So ultimately, because we have this little thing here, let me zoom in on for you. So this was our downtrend line, right, from the 2007. We broke out and closed above at a high of 171, 162, closing at 170.070. And then we had a retest. Look how perfect this shit is on my line. Like, I drew these lines a long time ago. This was in May, right? I drew these lines a long time ago. Like, long. We had a small breakout and then, like breakout here and testing in the zone. But we had a breakout and a close high above and then a retest of this line. So for me, price is going to continue to go up on the monthly time frame for GBPJPY, and that's something I'm interested in. But on a smaller time frame, I'm also looking towards like I'm in a long position right now, but I'm also looking towards price continuing to do a little retracement. Now, see, here we are on the daily. And I see how we're respecting this 23.6%. So if you know anything about Fibonacci's, and as I mentioned like in my last video, this is not like a video for us to necessarily be learning about trading, but to overall do market analysis. If you're somebody who's interested in learning about trading, please feel free to contact me and I'll make sure that I connect you with the right resources so that you can learn the play-by-play to actually learn how to trade exactly how I would. I'm only going to recommend the resources that I personally use to learn how to trade myself, which is I Am Academy. Now, if that's not something you're interested in, please go ahead and click off this video because my intent isn't to teach you how to trade. If you're somebody who's interested in learning how to trade, you can definitely learn through the way that I've learned, and the way that I continue to learn is from the CEO personally of I Am Academy. Now, what I really want to point out is that we are starting to show some heavy respect at this 23.6% at 180, 183, okay? I was selling this market. I sold earlier this morning and I kind of caught some of this and then I closed out my position because I seen a candle that was interesting to me and I'm like, okay, I think I need to switch up position. So now I'm going long on this position. I'm actually long up to here, I think, actually to like 180. But basically, I'm going to wait for this candle to close. We're looking at the daily. It's a 19-hour, 36, we just started at 2 p.m. where I live on Pacific Standard Time. Where I'm going to go, let's see, to the 4-hour. All right. We kind of have some heavy respect here. Look at this. Now, I'm just going to rock with the fibs every day, okay? So I do see that we kind of had this hammer at the 23%. It's a small one, but it is one. And then look at all this strong bullish momentum. And it's right in alignment with all this other strong bullish momentum, as we can see. Like, ooh, did this move? Because I don't like when my shit moves. Let me move it back. I don't move shit. Once I place it, I don't move it. Look at all this bullish momentum. Bullish, 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 bullish. And then we come down here where price was kind of consolidating and figure out what we want to do. But overall, this market is extremely bullish from the 172.468 region. And so it was a strong breakout out of this box. Look at this big bullish movement out of the box. This is a box, if you remember from the daily. Hold on. Let me try to zoom out so we can see it better. See this box? Not that box, but this is a box. You see I had a bigger box. This is that strong bullish momentum from April, okay? And then we have strong bullish momentum in May. So we broke out, retested this downward trend line. We are not moving in a downward trend anymore. We are moving up on GBPJPY as we clearly see a breakout from this box. Strong bullish momentum here. Even look at this. Look at this candle. A open at 175.244, a high at 182.045, a low at 174.348, and a high at 181.855. So I was looking for some kind of like retest, which is why I drew like another little box right here. I don't know if price is going to come all the way down here like that, right? So if we're on the weekly, if we just jump down to the daily, I'm seeing some strong support here. Was I saying the 23? I'm looking at the daily at the 38. I was saying the 23. My fault. At the 38. So for me, this is a trend continuation, which is something that I want to see in the strong, momentum. So we broke out of like the accumulation phase, which was what we were experiencing down here. And so now we're moving. We've had like a jump the creek kind of moment, which where would I see? And this is like talking Wyckoff logic, so bear with me. Actually, I'm not going to spell it all out. I'm just going to do the analysis as I see it because this is not a teaching session. This is a session more for advanced traders. If you're somebody who really wants to learn how to trade and really be able to look at these markets for yourself personally, just reach out to me and I will definitely get you hooked up and connected to not only my Patreon page, which is like, I think like a higher tier service. Like if you maybe have tried I Am Academy in the past, or that's something that you were interested in trying, but you heard like negative, stuff. I just want to invite you to like kind of reinvent your mind. to clear out those negative thoughts, those negative things that people have experienced, and just think about yourself right now. I am somebody that you found me. I didn't find you. I just put this information out here for you to find me, right? And so if you clicked on this page, clearly this is a sign that I Am Academy works. I'm not going to go all into the nitty gritty details, but if you clicked on me, it's for a reason. And I'm just going to say that, okay? So, bullish is all I'm seeing right now. And I'd like to see continue extension to 182.810, potentially even to 184.817. In the monthly video, do I have the line here? Oh, yeah, here we go. Look how far this line goes into this box, which if I look at the box just like naked eye, like if from the bottom of here to here, this is a 786. 886 might be somewhere in here. This is 100%. Just looking at it with the naked eye. Now, if you want to look at this like me, come on. You got to get through I Am Academy, because this is where I learned this stuff. This is how I got the information. And it's not capped. Like, I really taught myself as well. So if you're somebody who really wants to learn this stuff, you can't just rely on one independent person to help you. You have to help yourself. And that's exactly what I've been doing. So, again, I can hook you up with my Patreon page if you're someone who's not really interested in the network marketing aspect. That's fine and dandy. You can just come through the Patreon page and we'll figure something out for you. I always am going to recommend I Am Academy because I'm not necessarily a teacher, and I kind of get bored with the basics. I don't want to teach you how to read these candlesticks. And if you're into reading the books like Naked Forex and Trading in the Zone, which I highly recommend to all my new students, I might do some trainings and release them, here on YouTube, or I think maybe on my Patreon page it might be better fitted. But if you really want to learn this, just get at me, and come with the purest intentions, because I definitely am coming with mine. Definitely coming with mine with the purest of intentions and the purest of open hearts for you and anyone who is really wanting to be involved in these financial markets going forward. All right, so that's enough of the ad. um, Now here we go. So I think that I would like to see price really come back up here to the 182.810, just so we can really come back to this 0%. So I know that we're moving upward. And these are the fib extensions. Now these are still some numbers that I'm learning, but as you can see, the 886 is sitting right in between the middle of these. Now this comes from a downward trend fib. So if we're expecting to see some downward momentum, I like to see downward momentum at the 786 level, which we did not get, and at the 886. So because we didn't get it at the 786, I'm believing basically on my daily time frame that we're going to continue to experience some high bullish momentum. And so I will look at the news like I'm on Friday. Hold on, let me go back. I'm not going to look at the news like right now at this minute, but I will be looking at the news going forward for market sentiment. Maybe I can try to do some of that stuff offline, because it's a lot to kind of peruse through, and I really like to focus on focusing on reading what I'm reviewing. But there is some CPI year over year news available today at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Right now it's 6:29. So yeah, I'm long on this position currently. I might even increase, because I was just going along for actually like a little minute. I might actually just take a little minute right now to increase my long position, because for me, we see that we've got it. Price came down and wicked right here to 382. It's telling me, honey, I don't want to go any lower than this. Baby, this is a buy. We buying right now. We long on this. Look how it perfectly respected this 382% position. Now, if you don't know about fibs, I'm not here to teach you what all these numbers and all this stuff means. There are much more skilled, more adept people that are available other than me. I'm not the end all be all of anything of like I am Academy of Trading or anything like that, and I don't choose to be. There's a lot of us that are available, and so what I'm actually going to do right now, because how I like to look at the markets, I'm going to do this. And I kind of hate to do it because it makes it all like muddy a little bit. But you see how we kind of have like this perfect flat line right here? I'm going to just do like this. And come right here. And I'm going to bring it up like this. I can't tell you how I got this other fib. I'm not even like exactly sure, but once I place something, I just keep it and then I leave it for quite some time. So I'm going to do like that, and then maybe I might fade this one out. the way that I look at the market is so unique. And I think that the thing is, like, when you become a trader, a forex trader, it's how you train your eye to look at the markets. I like to review other people's analysis and stuff like that, but I also like to heavily rely on my own because, you know, your vision is your vision. What you see is what you see. You know the kind of risks that you like to take in the market. You know the opportunities that you like to take. You know the trading strategy like you like to use. I've been using my trading strategy. I've personally built it for myself for the past 6 to 7 years. And so I might look at other people's analysis, but really I like to heavily rely on my own. And so until you get to that point, like, I heavily recommend just realizing and recognizing the power and the usefulness of the tools that are available through IM Academy. You know, if you don't know harmonic patterns and you don't understand like Wyckoff law, if you haven't put 6 to 7 years in this shit, or excuse me, in 6 to 7 years in this, like, just calm down a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, be a student to the game, because the markets are always running, this money is always going, and there are people who have been 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years into this before you. So you might learn a little something something, but you need to learn a lot. You know what I mean? And that's what I like. I am always going to be a student to the game, and that's one thing that I always am going to understand, is that as I'm continuing to grow and sharpen myself in these markets, I'm always going to be a student to what other people are teaching me and what other people have to say to me, because I'm always listening. And I want to be really good at this. You know, like, even though I'm like great, I can become better. I not have it all. And the markets, the thing about the markets is the market sentiment, the market environment changes constantly. That's what's so exciting about this, because it's not boring. If you think you got it all down packed and then now like you're having trouble trading or something like that, that means you need to come back to the drawing board. Oh, I need to relook at my trading plan and relook at the information that I've been receiving, because the market environment has changed substantially. I wasn't trading GJ last year because it was moving in an unfamiliar way. And so I stopped trading, and I was like really looking at ETH and cryptocurrencies, and even in the midst of the fall, like, I was still able to be profitable and make some money. But now I'm like coming back to GJ because Ethereum's kind of boring. I might do another video on that real soon here, but I wanted to actually check. Bear with me. Well, actually, I'm not going to do this on camera because you won't see it all anyway. But yeah, I'm actually long on this position, and I'm actually going to change because I'm almost at my take profits. Let me do this right now because I want to receive all that the market wants to give me. And right now, I was closing out at 188, but I'm about to move that up to like 182, because if you know how GJ moves, she don't play. And that's what I love about GJ. Oh, oops. I did the wrong one. Did my stop loss. Okay, so I'm going to do stop loss and profit. And then, yeah, I'm moving you to 182. So you can't see this because I'm like on my phone right now. And I know it's kind of like rude or whatever, but I'm like 7 pips away from my take profit. And I see how price is moving. So I'm actually going to move my stop loss up so that I'm in profit in the event that the market turns around on me. But I also see that GJ is moving and she's not going to stop. And so we have a few more hours until 11 o'clock. So if she's going to keep moving, I want to keep going too. I'm in a few positions on GJ, not over leveraging, but kind of maybe sort of, which I don't. I don't encourage gambling in the market. If you gamble in the market, bro, I can't trust you as a trader. You know, this is all analytical. This is not gambling. This is not chance. This is not guessing. This is analytics. And if you want to be here and you want to be here to last, like, analytics is always going to run out. So let me introduce you to my Patreon page. Just 1 second here as I'm finishing up moving my stop losses and my take profits, because 182 was definitely in the range of what I'm looking for. We were already there, but price needed to do a little bit of retracement so she can keep on coming up. And we're in the middle of a Wyckoff logic. So for me, I feel like it's like the effect markup, I think, or something like that. I don't really know how to describe it best for you, but I'm like looking at the pictures as I have them pasted on my wall here. So this isn't a hobby. This is serious, you know, you guys. And so let me introduce you to my Patreon page. So you already found me on YouTube, which is great. You can also find me on Twitter at SmileLoveBeFree. But if you're somebody who's like, "Ugh, man, I don't want to do IM Academy. I'm not in it for the network marketing," you know, however you feel, like, I respect your feelings and your intuitions and things like that. So I do have an option for my patrons. Oh, oops, I'm clicking on all these things. So I don't really promote this page as much. I've just really started to build it up. So you can see I've kind of have some different posts about GJ, about cryptocurrencies, as like investing as I'm looking at it. And so what I wanted to point out to you all is the membership. Okay, here we go. So it's Economic Empowerment and Ventures. You can find me on Patreon. Now this one is unpublished. The supporter student, $250 a month. I might bring this back, but if you just want to be a student, like you're like, and I'm not really interested. This is for like advanced people